Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor. This is a case of Romelus versus Seymore Covington.
Thank you, Jerome.
You're welcome.
Good day, everyone. Ms. Romelus, you are here today to test two men to determine the paternity of your son. You say that you were dating Mr. Seymore for the past 4 years, but then you cheated with another man. Mr. Seymore, you are one of the two possible fathers being tested for paternity today.
Yes, Your Honor.
You say you don't believe Ms. Romelus's son is yours because in the very same week she conceived the baby, she had sexual relations with both you and another man.
Yes, Your Honor.
It was not in that
The
same week.
other possible
So don't try
father,
again.
Mr. Covington, is waiting outside of the courtroom, and we will meet him in a moment. So, Ms. Romelus,
Yes, Your Honor.
how did your relationship with Mr. Seymore get to this point?
At first, everything was going really well. I was going to school, going to work, and he was like my financial and like spiritual guidance I needed in life. And it was just from him cheating to me hearing rumors. I heard from someone that he was at the script club having
You can
sex.
hear what you want to hear.
He was having sex
You can hear
behind
what
the
you want to hear. That don't
dumpster.
make it true.
And he's telling me that, oh, he's not doing this,
excuse
and
me,
he's
Your
not
Honor.
doing that when I'm being the
If
one
I
that I'm
want to have
supposed
sex with a
I'm not
stripper, I'd
doing you
take you
wrong
to a
or
hotel.
anything. I am there for you when you need me, but he was cheating, doing a whole bunch of things. Then he had got another job.
Now, you didn't witness this. You were told this.
She was told
I did
that by
not
somebody
witness.
that's
I did not
jealous.
witness it, but I have a friend, and she was like, "Oh, girl, your man just went behind the dumpster
Your
with some
friend
girl
just
last
wanna
night."
give me some.
And
Okay,
I was-
so
you
you-
tried to pay her.
Hold on 1 second now. Let me get this. You didn't catch him in the act. You were just told this. And did you confront him or you did what?
When I confronted him about it, he was like, "Oh man, I didn't do that. You know, I love."
So he
I
Why
denied.
would I have
Yes,
sex
Your Honor.
behind
So
a dumpster
now-
for?
Yes, Your
That's
Honor.
just
But
nasty.
you
Yes, Your
obviously
Honor.
didn't believe his denial.
Yes, Your Honor.
So then you do what?
I tell him like, "Okay, so you do you, I'm gonna do me," and we took a break at that.
All right.
But
So
she wanna
this
say I'm her daddy,
ended.
though.
This ended your relationship. You took a break.
Partially, it ended our relationship, Your Honor. I was seeing him at times. We were seeing each other. He was saying, "Oh, I miss you. I want to get back together." I was like, you still doing you? Because I've been hurting other incidents.
All right, but were you
No,
seeing
no.
anybody else during this time?
Yes, I was. Your
All
Honor.
right, so let's get to the crux of why we're here, because that's really when the story began to unfold. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So tell me what happened.
After we were on our break, I decided to see other people. I cheated on him basically out of spite. I was like, okay, he's doing him, so I'm gonna do me. And I had a mutual friend I'd been talking to for like 3 months, which is Jeremy, of course. And we were
That's
like,
Mr. Covington, who will appear in court in a moment.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right?
And me and him were like good friends or whatever, and it was just basically chilling, and it eventually led on to having sex.
So in other words, you were having sex with my mom's ring on your finger.
And then later on, he wants to tell me that he was never cheating. After I've done what I've done, and I felt bad after what I've done, because me and him had sex like 2.5 weeks before that occurred until I heard something else. So it just made me do it out of spite.
Then what happens, Mr. Seymore?
I proposed to her with my mom's ring, and she
You
still go out here
proposed to
and
her with your mother's ring.
Yes, ma'am. She still go out here and betray me.
At
Basically.
some point,
You said it was
you
a promise
found
ring.
out
I
you
didn't know
were
what it was.
pregnant. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So tell me a little bit about that.
I'm ashamed to say it, but I'm going to say it. It was like I had to say, okay, I had sex with DJ and I had sex with Jeremy. Jeremy might be the father. I'm 100% for sure. Jeremy's the father. But then again, I had sex with DJ. And in my
And
heart,
that's Mr.
100% sure
Seymore.
then.
yes, Dewayne.
Okay.
So, and then I was like, oh my God, you know, coming as a woman, I had to look at it like, hey, you slept with 2 people and within the same time frame. It might be his, it
You
might
told
not
me
be
it was
his.
mine
So
from
I
the
couldn't
jump.
when you found
stereotype
out
it.
you were pregnant, you knew and you said to yourself, as ugly as this truth is, I'm just going to be honest, I don't know whose child this is.
Yes,
You
to
don't know how to be
myself.
honest, Your Honor.
I
was
told
led to
myself
believe that the
I
child
was
was
going to
mine.
be honest. I told myself I'm going to be honest, take it as a woman. I slept with both of them, but then again, I'm sure it's Jeremy's. Then I was like, okay, but what if it's not Jeremy? Because I was 6 weeks, and they told me June 30th I was 6 weeks. I had sex with Jeremy between April going on to May, and I had sex with DJ once I got out of spring break for school, and that was like April the 4th, 8th. It was like a 2.5 week thingy, so I was unsure. Your
So,
Honor.
Mr. Seymore, when she got pregnant, did you know that there were 2 possible fathers?
No, I was led to believe that the child was mine. I ain't found by that before I took the ring. Then when I took my mom's ring back, when I found out that it was another man in the picture.
How did you find out after the engagement and then she found out she was pregnant? That there was another possible father
The
in the
same
picture.
girl that said I had sex with a script behind the dumpster told me that.
I told him myself.
Oh, wait a minute.
The
The
same
same person that told you he had sex behind the dumpster told you, Mr.
Your
Seymore,
Honor,
that there was
that's what
another
he's
possible
thinking.
father.
Yes. Excuse me, Your Honor, I even got it right here where he signed the birth certificate. So how can I be the father?
Okay,
He signed the birth
because you weren't
certificate.
there for the 9 months.
Hold
You was in and out.
hold
You
on.
was in and
Wait
out.
a minute.
Don't try to
Jerome,
do
let
that,
me see
Dewayne.
that.
Please don't.
Jerome,
Don't
please
do it.
pass me
Please
that
don't do it.
Thank you.
So let me get this straight. You find out you're pregnant.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is, in fact, the birth certificate, and under father, it says Jeremy Covington, not Dewayne Seymore.
So how can you
So
feel
wait
like
a minute,
I'm the
let
father?
me get to this. You find out you're pregnant. Does she tell you flat out, I'm pregnant, you may be the father, but somebody else
No,
may be
I
the
was
father
led
too?
to believe that I was the father.
When you say you were led to believe, what do you mean?
He was led to
Hold on, let him answer.
At the time, she told me that I was the only person she was having sex with, and then her friend come around and tell me that.
Then what do you do?
I asked her about it.
And what did she say?
She denies it at first, but then, like, farther along in her pregnancy, we get into an argument, and she says it again. So I do what any other person would have did. I left.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. You told him at the end of the day before the baby was born that it could be his child or someone else's, or did you just tell him this baby is Jeremy's?
We
That's
were
what she
having,
just
we had an
told me.
argument, and
Right.
I had got mad, and I was like, you know what? Well, let me just put it out there that it might be a possibility somebody else is the father. As far as that, he's been there through this pregnancy. He's went to more
'Cause
than
he the
3
daddy.
doctor visits with me, and I was like, hey, you haven't even made an effort. You know I'm pregnant when I'm craving
What I'm
something.
making
I have
effort
to sit
for
here and
when
look
it's not my
crazy because
child.
I don't want to drive.
Okay, so the bottom
But-
line is, when you got in the argument, you got mad and you did tell him this baby could be Jeremy's,
Yes, Your Honor.
and then you left.
Yeah.
Now, I want to know exactly what you told Jeremy. Jerome, can you please escort Mr. Covington into the courtroom, please?
Sure.
It's about time I hear from him. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Covington. So we're here trying to figure out this situation regarding Ms. Romelus, Mr. Seymore, and you. Please have a seat. Ms. Romelus stated that it is possible that you or Mr. Seymore could be the father of her child.
Yes, ma'am. But to be honest, I feel like the reason why I'm here is because of her. She's a manipulator. She's a liar.
No, I'm not. I did not manipulate you.
So hold on. I brought Mr. Covington in here because I want to understand his side.
Yeah. She basically, she feel like I'm a good man. I'm working, taking care of my family, my brothers and nephews. So she feel like I'm the guy for her to be this child because he's gonna be responsible and he's gonna do what he gotta do to take care of this child. But I feel like if this his old lady and this his wife, his fiance, why can't he be the man and stepped up to the plate instead of me?
Did she tell you you were the father?
No, ma'am.
You're a lie. I told
No, ma'am.
you right then and there when that condom broke, hey boy, you better man up or something because there might be a
stop it.
possibility
Man,
I'm
stop it. 2
pregnant.
months later, you
and
gave me that
sat
phone
there and
call.
was like, oh.
2 months
Okay,
later, you gave me a
looking
phone
at
call
me.
stating that you was pregnant. And what I told you, you had to show me some proof or some
And I
type of
showed you the
evidence.
conception date, and you sat there and accepted it. After a while, you didn't come around for like a month, didn't talk to me. Then after you
we
was
didn't
like,
talk none of that
oh,
for 2
okay.
months later.
Then what does the baby need? What's the baby this? Oh, when is the, let me go
See,
to the
that
doctor's
stuff
appointment.
is fine.
Hold on,
man.
let me
So
get
what do you
this.
mean? Yeah.
So did she ever just say, you're the father?
No, ma'am. She came up and was like, I'm pregnant. I said, well, don't you have a boyfriend? That's who you need to be talking to and calling about this situation. Even though, I'm not gonna lie, we had sex that time we did. So I kind of feel like I do have the possibility of being in the father, but
I don't feel like I'm the
at the
father
same
at all.
time, this his
Oh, well,
old
nobody
lady. This
talk to
his.
me.
I
I'm
have
not
someone.
looking
I
for
have a
you to be
girlfriend.
anyway.
You stated to this court that she feels like you're the better father because you step up to the plate and you
Yeah.
taking care of this?
I've been there since day one. I've been there.
That's what I'm saying. So now you say
That's your child. That's what you supposed
this
to
isn't
do.
my child. It's more
And,
likely
like,
that
he's
it's
saying it's
Seymore.
not
That's
your
really your
child.
child. That's what you supposed
And like he's
to do.
saying it's not his child, but his mom, because I had met his mom before we had our
that's a lie.
one night stand or whatever. She
one-night
even
stand?
invited me over to the house and gave me gifts or whatever, you know.
No.
When you had the baby,
I'm the only
Where-
person at the hospital.
you were at the hospital.
I'm the only person.
Were you there?
No.
No. I left her and her baby
But
dad up there.
this his fiance and his wife, right? You should be there regardless.
Man,
you know
you
the
the
possibility.
daddy. You
Wait a
gonna
minute.
be there.
Wait
That's
a
not
minute.
my
Wait a minute.
child.
Hold on. Let's get some order. Let's get some order. I want to understand this.
Please let me start, because you claim
At
that
the
you cannot get down
time
there.
you give birth, are you engaged to Mr. Seymore?
No.
No, he took the ring back.
Who stepped up?
up.
You said you
I
were at the
stepped up.
hospital.
Yeah.
You stepped up.
She gave me a phone call, like probably, I think her
'Cause you know
mom
you
gave me
the
a phone
daddy.
call.
That's why he was there.
Her mom gave me a phone call stating that, oh, Nanda's about to have the baby. Is you coming down here or not? I said, yeah, here I'm on the way. I was straight down
Don't
there.
trying to make it seem like we just
And I-
called you as a desperate call, because you were the
I
one
didn't
that was
say
calling
that.
me for weeks. I was supposed to be induced.
Man.
I didn't even have my baby on. I had him on the same day that my expected due date was. And I said, hey, Jeremy, are you gonna come down here for the baby shower? He was like, yeah, I'm on my way. You spent the night with me that
I
night.
spent
They
3
gave
days
me the
down
thing
there.
in my
What are you
bag.
talking about? I spent 3 days
Yeah,
down
you
there.
spent
and
the
you
whole-
kicked me
okay,
out of the
then.
hospital, too.
You see? That's
Yeah,
what a
I
father
did.
You kicked me.
does.
But I'm the father of this child. Why don't you
Wait
get
a
kicked out of the
minute.
hospital?
Hold on. You sitting here now arguing at Mr. Covington because he wasn't being a good enough father and he didn't come to the hospital and it wasn't a desperate call and he didn't do this, but you brought Mr. Seymore to court because you said he's the father.
Exactly.
I'm the one with the money.
I'm unsure. So I'm unsure. So
You wasn't sure, so you just buttering both sides of
Exactly.
your bread just in case.
Exactly.
You make sure you get attention over here. He might be the father. Oh, no, you might be the father.
And then it's like I grew up without my father, so I want this child to have a father into his life. So it's like I can't do that if he gonna be a father and I'm gonna be the father. At the end of the day, it's only gonna be one father, and I want to know who the father is.
You've invested a lot of time in this child.
Yes, ma'am.
What have you done?
Clothes, shoes, Pampers, spend time with him 2-3 weeks at a time since he been born.
And you spend time with the
Yeah,
baby?
Yeah, he come over my house. She'll let me. That's one thing I can say. She let me get the child on because I work during the weekdays. So on the weekend I get him. Sometimes I keep him 2-3 weeks, send him back to her.
Mr. Seymore, are you involved in the child's life as well?
Somewhat, because we live together.
Oh, so you live together. So when the child is
on
with
the lease.
Ms. Romelus, he's with you.
Yes, ma'am. Like you said, I grew up without a father, too, and I feel like it ain't right for any child to grow up without a father.
Bottom line is, Ms. Romelus, you are in position where neither one of these men knows whether or not they are definitively the child's father.
I know I'm not.
So you work in each angle, like you
Yeah.
do this and
Who
you
get
do
it-
that,
Who
and
come out
then
at the better end?
you do this and you do that, because you just don't understand who the real father is.
But that's not even the point, because
No,
it's not like
that is the
that's-
point.
okay,
No,
well,
hold
it may be the
on.
point.
Hold
It may
on.
be
No.
the point,
No. One thing you're not gonna do, you might be able to out-talk and manipulate them, but you can't do it to me. That is the point. The point is, the reason why you're standing here is because you ran from this one to go to this one, then you ran back from this one back to this one. Now that the baby is born, you're still doing the same thing.
You are.
It's obvious. You somebody's mother. Thank goodness you walked yourself up in here today so you can get the truth.
Please.
Not just for your sake and their sake, but for his sake. He deserves it.
Yeah, indeed.
Jerome, I'm ready for the results.
There you go, Judge.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. In the case of Romelus versus Seymore Covington, when it comes to the paternity of Ocario Covington, Mr. Seymore, you are not the father. Jones, you have the next result, please.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
In the case of Romelus versus Seymore, Covington, when it comes to the paternity of Acario, Covington, Mr. Covington, when it comes to the paternity of Acario, Covington, Mr. Covington, you are not father.
Seriously?
Seriously, baby.
What?
I know you're surprised. Have a seat.
Lord.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
Oh,
That
man.
has to be somewhat wrong, so I'm not even.
Somewhat wrong.
Somewhat
Yes,
all
it
the
has
way
to be
wrong.
wrong.
What? 2 years?
Let me tell you something. Men lie, women lie,
Mamas don't.
DNA, it don't
Okay,
lie.
well, that's a lie, because I had sex with these two.
Mr. Covington, that news pretty much knocked you out your seat.
Oh, yeah, that just really, man, got me tearing up.
Ms. Romelus, do you have any idea?
I had sex with them. I didn't have sex with anybody else. So I don't know what you all.
Well,
it must be.
Hey,
for television, 'cause I
unfortunately,
don't know.
Oh, man.
The entire courtroom
What?
knows that that is a lie. You two men, you all gonna have to step up to the plate,
I'm still gonna continue to do my part, though, man.
and that's
It just
what I
hurt.
want you to say.
It just hurt. It hurt.
I don't need you to. I really don't need you to.
It just gonna hurt me, though, to look into her
Hold
eyes.
on,
and
hold
know
on,
it's
hold
not
on,
me.
hold on, hold on.
I really don't want him to play a part because I already feel bad. He's been in this for 2 years, so now I
Well,
don't
wait
even
a minute.
want-
Well, why don't
I
right
don't
now
want
you
nothing
start
to do
doing
with it.
something that I don't think you've ever done before and stop thinking about yourself? Now listen. The point is you got a child here that looks to these two gentlemen. He lives with this one. You just gonna rip that from him because it feels better for you because you feel bad? No, you don't get to feel that bad right now. You're responsible for helping and figuring out how to clean up this mess you made. Okay? All right. With that said, good luck to all of you. Court is adjourned.
It hurt me real hard, but can't do nothing but move on and continue going on with my life.
I feel like Judge, like, she let it be known. She let the truth be known. That's what I came in for the truth to be known.
I do have an idea who the father may be.